So hello guys and welcome back to another video in this channel, and I'm going to do a quick tactical match preview of Chelsea versus Wolves. And I really have not been quite consistent recently because I've really been having a whole lot of work. So I don't usually just do YouTube. So I've been really held up, but again, as we move, I have to do a quick tactical preview of Chelsea versus Wolverhampton. So let's proceed immediately. So Chelsea will be looking to face Wolves at home this weekend, and it's not quite an easy fixture for Chelsea, knowing very well that Chelsea have really had an inconsistent run. But when you look at the run of games, Chelsea have won more. But again, the question that came, and even when we are looking to preview Maresca's press conference, and let me just touch on that because Maresca's press conference has really explained to us one thing. And what Maresca's press conference has explained to us is the question of rotations. That is the one thing that Maresca has been constantly being asked. What is your opinion on rotations? What's your opinion on rotations? And I said it, that Maresca approaches games that he thinks he believes he can win in a very pedestrian manner in the way he picks his lineup. Because you look at that Champions League game, a very strong Champions League team, and then you go and pick 19-year-olds and a very different backline. So Maresca has been asked about the question of rotation. He has responded by saying that the reason why he rotates players is because he wants to conserve players. But again, he has been told that teams like Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool are sticking the same centre-back partnerships even in the Champions League. And this is actually a moment of reflection because Maresca has been moving in an arrogant manner, especially towards teams that we consider that we should be beating. Like, for example, you'd expect the Wolves game, if we won the Karabakh game, he will rotate again. So that has been Maresca's modus operandi of constantly downplaying teams. So immediately after looking at that, Maresca also talked and addressed the injury situation. He talked about Neto. He said that Neto trained with the physios yesterday. He's going to be assessed yesterday and is probably looking to be contention to start this game. He talked about Lavia, saying that they had not actually addressed the Romeo Lavia issue, but most likely Lavia will not be in this game. So we immediately move to the second part where I give you my lineup for this game. So let's just move into that. So when I look to give you my lineup, I'm going to give you my lineup based on what I actually think this is going to be the best lineup to help Chelsea actually get a needed victory over Wolves. So I'm going to go and actually look to adjust the tactic because I think that Maresca is more likely and usually likes to use the 4-2-3-1. So in goal, I'm still going to maintain my pick of Robert Sanchez. So Sanchez so far has been quite good, and I've not seen anything to actually warrant dropping of Sanchez. And this season, he's just been there. You cannot blame him for majority of the things. Now, the centre backs, I'm going to go definitely. We need Wesley Fofana. And as I said, that probably Wesley Fofana is the best centre back that we have at the moment at the club. Though we know that Fofana also has his injury woes, and these are also things that are affecting this team. And let me just touch something about the centre back situation. We know at Chelsea that we need to actually sell centre backs. We need to sell at least 3 centre backs to get one quality centre back. Players like Disasi, players like Benoit, players who don't usually feature. The question about Hato is what has actually been raised, and that is what has brought Maresca into this problem. So I'm going to pick the centre back partnership, both partnerships that actually helped Chelsea during the last game that Chelsea won, the Tottenham Hotspur game. So in the back line, Cucurella is going to come in. And here is where I think Maresca is going to make a rotation. Yeah, why? Because Reece James, we know very well Reece James. Reece James is also one player that we need to keep fit. So I don't think whether the captain Reece James can play back-to-back 3 games. And Maresca, rather than playing Gusto in that Champions League game and allowing Reece James to be in this Premier League game, he chose to start Reece James. So most likely, I think even from what I've heard, I think Gusto will be the most likely who's going to start in that right back position. So we are going to have Malo Gusto in that right back position. Midfield needs to be strong, and it is without a doubt it's going to be Moises Caicedo, the best holding midfielder at the moment. Remember, even the Karabakh game, were it not for Caicedo, maybe we would have been ransacked by Karabakh. So Caicedo always dropping 10 out of 10 performance week in, week out. Alongside Caicedo is none other than Enzo Fernandez. It's none other than Enzo Fernandez, and Enzo is a mini captain, so he's going to captain the team into this game. Then the right wing position, I think now it's time to have Estevao start, because even the ability whether Pedro Neto will feature is also something that oh, sorry. I think sorry. I think I have my microphone. Yeah, I think my microphone is okay. So sorry. So I'm going to pick Estevao in that right wing position. I think he can do a tremendous job there. Then we move on to the left wing position, and I honestly going to pick Gittens, though I don't have no. Gittens started that game, so I'm going probably to pick Garnacho. I think Garnacho scored in the last two games that he started, so I'll most definitely pick Alejandro Garnacho in that left wing position. I'm just going to bring Alejandro Garnacho. Is the sound quite better now? I hope the sound is quite better now, because I've tried to adjust my microphone. Then we move on to the next, which is the number 10, and automatically I'm going to pick Joao Pedro. I'm going to pick Joao Pedro in that second striker role, because I want us to actually experiment play with two strikers, and then leading the line, I'm going to pick Delap. And another question that has been asked is, why didn't Maresca just give Delap the game? So that is what I'm going to say. So this is going to be my lineup and my choice for that game. So this lineup is quite dynamic, and I just want to take you to the tactical board, where we'll actually be looking at how Chelsea can look to actually get the better out of Wolves. So let me just change here, because this one I've picked Alejandro Garnacho. So this one I've picked Garnacho to start. So it's quite evident that whenever Chelsea will have the ball, you expect that Wolves might be quite aggressive in that they are actually at home, so they might try to be much more aggressive with Chelsea, looking to try and press Chelsea with their narrow front three, actually looking to try having their wide front three onto the two center backs, and one of them looking to sit at the center. Then their midfield two, and then having their wing backs trying to cover Chelsea's current that is what trying to cover Chelsea's fullbacks. Now, if this happens, this is the case, then I expect a Sanchez who will be looking to play the balls direct, especially to the wide areas for runners, and especially balls towards players like Liam Delap, who like to make these in and out runs here. So we can expect Delap to be making these runs, and Sanchez looking to go more direct, because it's something that we have seen recently, where Sanchez looks to go more direct rather than looking to actually play simple passes here, 1-2. No. He looks to go directly onto the players who are looking to make those runs forward. And in that case, that is one way. The second way that Chelsea can look to do this is looking to manipulate the overload they have. Because if this player is dragged into this press, then it automatically means that Chelsea have this numerical advantage. And in this scenario, the Sanchez can look to play the ball either to Caicedo or Enzo Fernandez. And once the ball has been played through the center, then if a player comes to try and press Caicedo, then Joao Pedro is the free man in that space, who can now look to receive the ball with players looking to make runs. And having players who are looking to make runs can actually find Joao Pedro in a position where he can look to play Liam Delap. And the advantage of having a player like Liam Delap in this team is that Delap constantly making these runs is constantly looking to make this backline drop deeper, because they don't want to give that space to Delap, who they know very well can create all sorts of issues for them. So that is one reason why Delap can be super important for Chelsea in this case. Now we move on to, because of this threat, you might find that Wolves might even decide now to sit into a slightly deeper position. And this is where problems usually start for Chelsea. When teams are looking to sit into a deep back five system, looking to try and stop all build up phases and looking to try and sit into that 5-3-2. Now, if this team decides to sit into that 5-3-2, then Chelsea can have advantage on how to deal with this kind of scenario. Now, one scenario is the wingers will most definitely start out wide. Delap will look to pick one position, and then João Pedro will look to pick the other position. And then now you have what? You have Enzo Fernandez also looking to come in. Then you have Caicedo, you have Chalobah, you have Fofana, and then you have Malo Gusto. Now, one area that Chelsea can look to exploit is that if the opposition decide to just use one solo striker, then two centre-backs are enough. And this is why I like this centre-back partnership. The reason why I like the centre-back partnership of both Chalobah and Wesley Fofana is because both of them are they are very fast. So that means that even if the ball is played towards this area, you expect that Fofana is super fast. He can actually track back and look to take care of business in that area. The second thing that really amazes me about this structure is that now the fullbacks are free. Both Cucurella and Gusto are free. In this case, either it can be Cucurella looking to push forward into this scenario, then have Fernandez and João Pedro looking to pick up these positions. But again, I think that Maresca might prefer having João Pedro into that position than having Enzo into this position, so that Chelsea can have that attacking three. Now, this attacking three can help Chelsea outnumber and outmaneuver this backline. And this might result with Malo Gusto looking to invert in field to join Moises Caicedo in that structure. And this is because these wingers now will have to look for a way to try and stop Chelsea. And one way that Chelsea can do this is looking to have Estevao have that 1v1 in the wide area, looking to take on the opposition fullback. So you can confidently rely on Estevao to beat his man and actually find Chelsea in a position where Estevao can actually look to score a goal and actually create more problems for the opponent. So that is my prediction of this game, and that is how I expect Chelsea to actually look to approach this game. So again, Maresca needs to learn from his constant rotations. Rotations are heavily affecting this team, and Maresca needs to adapt and change the way he actually wants to have this team play. So I've heard that I've received a comment that there's been an issue with the sound earlier on. It's probably because of where I was and where the mic is, but hopefully I hope that now the sound is okay. So once again, thanks for watching. I just wanted to do a quick preview, a quick tactical analysis, because I've not been having a lot of time to do videos. I will try as much as possible to get that time to work on these things. Thanks again, and hopefully Chelsea can get that much needed win heading into the international break.